Our next speaker is Suvorova.
Irina Suvorova, Anastasia Korosteleva, Marine Mammal Strandings on the Crimean Coast in 2017 and 2019. Please, the floor is yours. Hello, colleagues. Today I'll be presenting the outcomes of our monitoring of marine mammal strandings on the Crimean Coast in 2017 and 2019. We began registering strandings of porpoise, common dolphin, and bottlenose dolphin in 2017. That goes year-round. From April to September 2017, we identified 225 strandings. Then we developed the network for monitoring. We improved our data gathering techniques, which led to higher number of reports and field operations. And this presentation will give you the data from 2017 to 2019. Here are our data collection channels. First, we popularized the hotline number and our social media accounts online. We used a special application form at sirenc.org, our website. We posted interpreting materials in coastal cities, and we circulated them among public officials. We also have a unit that works with EMERCOM on their hotline to register strandings as well. Bystander observations included a picture, timestamp, situation, location, size, and wounds. If people who saw a stranding could not provide the details, or there was a possibility that this was a resite, our volunteers went in the field and double-checked the data. Then they also did sampling, necropsy where possible, as well as other measurements. This was all logged electronically, including age, sex, anthropogenic marks, blubber thickness, and a registration number. We did sampling of flippers and teeth, 2 to 4, from the middle of the jaw. We also did samples of muscle tissue and blubber tissue. We did a total of 14 necropsies, where we did tests in histology, toxicology, microbiology, and for parasites or viruses. From 2017 to the end of observation, we registered 963 strandings. 21 strandings were registered in October-December 2017. Then we had 472 strandings in January to December 2018, and we had 470 strandings in 2017. Actual research participants found 60 strandings as they were doing the studies of the coast. The rest were reported through the hotline. Most reports included a photographic picture and a description. Our informants got us over 1,200 recordings and pictures. 60% of strandings were harbor purpose. We had 10% of common dolphins, and the rest was bottlenose dolphins, except for 14% that were unidentified. Lack of identification has to do with poor description or lack of photo, or inability to get to the site. Sometimes the carcasses were degraded to an extent that prevented species identification. We saw more strandings in spring and summer. They usually peaked in May. In May 2018, we registered 174 strandings, or 37% of the year's total. In May 2019, we had 97 strandings, which would be 20% of the year's total. We see some seasonality with peaks in March, April, and May in 2017. In 2019, the first peak was in March, and the highest was in July. Spatial distribution tells us that strandings can happen all across the sea line, but most were found near Sevastopol, 36%, and in two districts, Yevpatoria and Saki, 15% taken together. We measured the impacts of interaction of dolphins and fisheries. The only opportunity to register death from fishing gear was to investigate the found carcasses, because the fisheries are not required to report such incidents to the local authorities. Here are our techniques in evaluating bycatch harm. Some injuries identify bycatch directly. There are deep cuts in certain areas near flippers, dorsal fin, flukes, especially at the base or across the edges. Sometimes the tailstock can be injured, leading to loss of skin surface or blood loss. Sometimes flukes or tailstocks would be cut off entirely, and the cut surface would be really clean. Sometimes you would get bloodshot eyes, new gases internally, and if young carcasses were found dead without any diseases diagnosed, then we registered them as prey to bycatch. Overall, we had 242 animals that were registered as dead to fishing gear or found with fishing gear on them. This is only possible, however, if the carcass is recent, if there is not much degradation, and if the skin is well preserved. If we look at marks left by fishing gear, you need good skin preservation in order to register them. So where we were able to go out to make a detailed inspection, the share of prey to bycatch went up to 75%. We had 5% of live strandings as well. We had 25 porpoises, 17 common dolphins, and 7 bottlenose dolphins. Most of the cases had to do with natural diseases or pathologies. That would be up to 50%. We had metabolic disruption with prematurely weaned sucklings who lost their mother. And we had 16% of anthropogenic impact, including marine debris or fishing gear. Monitoring would not be possible without timely reporting. Reporting by the general public, I mean, because if we were trying to do it on our own, with our own studies, we would not get as many sightings, especially during spring and summer, where bycatch is high and when the carcasses degrade really fast. a lot of strandings get disposed of by local authorities and municipalities, or they can be pulled back into the sea. So you have a narrow window to spot them. It is a rare find to get a appropriately preserved carcass, so it is of great help that the general public participates. The figures are a bit off here. So over 27 months, we registered 963 cetacean strandings, which is the absolute highest over similar periods for the Crimean coast. The cause for stranding of 75 inspected animals that could be inspected from October 2017 to December 2019 was bycatch and fishing gear, as identified by seasonality and injury types. Sometimes fishing gear was found on the carcasses as well. We had peaks of mortality in spring and summer, where fishing is also mostly active in the region, especially fishing for fleas. With that, thank you for your attention. Thank you for the presentation. We have a question in the chat, and we have a little time for you to answer it. Do you do social media monitoring? In March, I saw news reports, and it was really interesting. And there were reports about pups sighted by people in Kaliningrad. People didn't know what to do. They just posted the video, look at that cute animal. Can this channel be used in your work, especially during active fishing? Thank you, Vladimir, for this question. We do monitor social media as well. Some strandings are found there. And this would be even live strandings sometimes. Okay, thank you, Irina. Have you heard maybe about the app for registering toothed whales in the Black and Azov Seas, developed by Sirius? These are young developers, school kids basically, who developed an app to register dolphin and porpoise sightings. It's for the Black Sea, for Azov Sea. It was available for iOS and Android. You could look it up. Yep, appreciate it. I will indeed look it up.
I have a question. If we still have some time, is Irina Suvorova with us? Irina, I have the following question. In terms of stranding, I'm not sure if you are aware of this. There's a portal, Mammals of Russia. And I believe that all this information on stranding of animals, all this information should be available there, because it might be useful not only for those who register strandings per se, and I'm being the moderator of it website, yeah, I can help you. So, and we also use it for the European Atlas of Mammals. Thank you very much. Yeah, I believe it is possible to upload this data. Yeah, I would like to discuss it with our team. Yeah, and then we can get in touch with you.